There we go. Forgot to add myself to the stream again. See, you can tell it's been a while. It has been a while, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are all very, very well. I've had a nice couple of days off, to be fair. Well, I say a couple of days off. Of course, I've been doing a bit of DIY around the house. You know what it's like when you've got a missus. And yeah, so big up everybody. Hope you are all well, wherever it is that you are watching. And we are back again, of course, with another preview. Arsenal taking on Leeds United on Sunday. And this game is going to be a very tough game for both sides, really. Both fighting in and around the mid-table area. Leeds, you would say they've done very, very well this season, especially considering it's their first season back in the Premier League. And of course, Arsenal, we've been horrendous this season, haven't we? Let's be real. And this game kind of has a weird personal meaning for me, because this fixture earlier on in the season was the fixture where I decided to be Arteta out. I'd had enough at this point. Obviously, it wasn't just based on this fixture. It was based on other things as well. But if you remember rightly, this fixture, the first time around this season, Arsenal weren't great again. And, of course, we all remember Nicolas Pepe got himself sent off for a headbutt on Alioski. And to be fair, Leeds dominated us. They absolutely dominated us. And it wasn't just a 45-minute performance from them either. They dominated us throughout the 90 minutes. And I looked at the way that Arteta set the team up. I looked at the way that we was playing. And I just thought, nah. We can't be setting up like that against a team that's just come up from the Championship. I don't care if they play good football, good attacking football. We're Arsenal Football Club. We should be taking the game to them, not the other way around. So, yeah, a bit of a weird personal meaning to me, this fixture. And hopefully this time round, we can correct the mistakes that we made in the first fixture against them and beat them this weekend. But do I have any confidence? No, not really. We're coming off the back of a couple of losses once again. As we all know, the Wolves game, I thought we did pretty well in the first half. We dominated. And then, of course, the circus came back to town again. And David Luiz got himself sent off. So did Bernd Leno. And then Aston Villa, Santa Claus Arsenal turned up once again, handing out gifts in fucking February. It's not December yet. I think somebody needs to remind these players that we do not hand out gifts because it costs. It costs us points. So yeah, as in terms of confidence, no, I don't have any. Of course, Leeds United won their last game comfortably, 2-0 against Crystal Palace. Could have actually been more. And they do play some decent football under Marcelo Bielsa. We can't get that wrong. He's got a system there that works. And the only thing that could really catch Leeds out is they don't really change their style of play at all. No matter who they are playing, you know what you're going to get from Leeds United. And for me, the way to win this game is fight fire with fire. Everybody's heard of that saying, surely. Fight fire with fire. Go and take the game to them. Don't sit back and hope and pray that we'll get something on the counter-attack like we did in that first game. Fight fire with fire. On paper, we have the better team. Yeah, we have the players of more quality. So there's no reason why we cannot take the game to Leeds United. That is for definite. And that's what I want to see. I want to see us take the game to them, do exactly what Manchester United did. And if you remember rightly, Man United absolutely slapped them, because Leeds tend to leave gaps in their defensive positions because they're so fixated on attacking teams. And as much of a nice football it is to watch, it can cost them at times. And I've got a few stats to get into with you guys. Of course, every preview now, I bring you some stats. And some of these stats are very damning for Arsenal in particular. And we're going to run through a few of them things. But before we get into that, I just want to touch on our manager, Mikel Arteta. Now, he came out in his press conference and he was asked about the whole online abuse that players get, managers, referees. They was mainly asking him that based off the fact that obviously Mike Dean has received a lot of abuse after his two horrendous decisions to send two players off in recent weeks. And he's decided that he doesn't want to referee this weekend, which, like I said in my previous video, is probably a good decision anyway, because he's crap. Let's just put it, black and white. It's as simple as that. And Arteta, when he was asked about it, he had this to say. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has revealed his family have been threatened on social media, saying more needs to be done to protect footballers, managers and officials who are exposed to hate. The Premier League, FA, EFL, WSL, Women's Championship, PFA, LMA, PGMOL and Kick It Out all co-signed an open letter to Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey and Facebook founder, chairman and CEO Mark Zuckerberg, demanding immediate action over numerous incidents of abuse aimed at footballers and officials. High-profile players in both the men's and the women's game have been victims of racial abuse on social media in recent weeks, while Premier League referee Mike Dean was subjected to death threats following a controversial decision over the weekend. Now, Mikel had this to say: when you are winning, it is beautiful, you are incredible, and you are the best coach. You're certainly not the best coach, my friend, let's put it that way. When you lose, it is the opposite. It's not pleasant. When it is personal to me, I can take it. But when it's my family involved, it is a different story. The club is very supportive. We do what we have to when those things happen, medium, long term. We do something about it. We need to protect people in the game. And Arteta also says that Arsenal are helping players with advice and protection against such abuse, but insisted the same support must be afforded to referees who are under similar scrutiny. Of course, we have talked internally to the players and we have given them advice and tried to protect them as much as possible. Now, what I would say on this situation is I am Arteta out. I do get pissed off with the players when they don't perform, but such things as threatening a man's family, racially abusing someone, that's not acceptable, and it needs to be dealt with. And they're 100% right. Social media needs to do more to stop it from happening. That is for sure. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me. Sorry about that, guys. So, yes, as we were saying, racial abuse and all that is not acceptable. And social media does need to do more to stop it from happening. But yeah, like I said, I am Arteta out, and but you won't see me abusing him online, that is for sure. So, of course, we're here to talk about Leeds Arsenal, so we'll leave that where that is. And like I said, I've got a few stats for you. Arsenal versus Leeds. And like I say, these stats can be pretty damning for Arsenal. So here we go. Arsenal versus Leeds head to head. Now, this is based off this season. So Arsenal have played 23 games. They've won 9, lost 10, scored 27 goals, conceded 23, had 8 clean sheets, 273 shots, 92 shots on target, 522.2 passes per game, and committed 114 fouls. Leeds United, who have just come up from the Championship, just remember that, guys. 22 games, they played 1 game less than Arsenal. 10 wins, 10 losses, 38 goals. 38 goals conceded, 7 clean sheets, 316 shots. So that is a hell of a lot more than Arsenal when you consider, again, that they are a team that's just come up from the Championship. 118 shots on target, 537.5 passes per game, and 144 fouls committed. You can see the difference there between the two sides. Leeds have got a system. Their players are probably not the greatest in terms of quality, but their output is a lot better than Arsenal. They've won more games than us. Yes, they've lost the same amount, but they've scored more goals than us. Yes, they've conceded more than us, but they're also 1 clean sheet behind us. A team that has just come up from the Championship. They have more shots than us. They have more shots on target than us. Yet we got Lacazette and Aubameyang, and they've got Patrick Bamford. Yeah? Passes per game. Now, this passes per game thing is any pass. And we always complain about us having possession of the ball and not doing anything with it because we're constantly passing sideways backwards. Well, Leeds pass the ball more than us, you know? And yes, they commit more fouls than us, but it's ridiculous. It is damning for Arsenal that a team that has just come up from the Championship is, on according to the stats, better than us. And that is just, it's horrendous. It's horrendous. I don't know what more to say, to be honest with you. Now, I'm going to get into the player stats. And again, very damning for Arsenal. Very damning for Arsenal when you consider and take all of this into consideration. And I will get into your comments in a bit, guys. Just give me a little while to have a bit of a moan. So, Hector Bellerin obviously plays right back for Arsenal. Luke Ayling plays right back for Leeds. Now, I've got this up because I wanted to discuss with you their transfer fee and their output, and then sort of make a decision. You know, in you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. So basically, of course, Hector Bellerin came to Arsenal from the Barcelona youth. We paid £450,000 for him. And eventually he obviously become a first team regular. Now, not many people will probably know this, but Luke Ayling was actually part of the Arsenal under-18s. He was deemed not good enough, so we decided to let him go on a free transfer to Yeovil Town. Yeovil then sold him on to Bristol City. We're not sure how much for. And Leeds brought him for £783,000. Now, let's take a look at their stats between the two players. So Hector Bellerin has played 20 games. He's created 2 assists, 4 big chances. He's made 26 tackles. His tackle success rate is 65%. He's won 67 duels, made 50 crosses, 22% cross success rate, and 79 recoveries. Now, Luke Ayling has played 22 games. He's not created any assists. He's created 3 big chances, made 59 tackles, and has a 51% tackle success rate. So he's double. His tackles are double to what Hector Bellerin's is. His duels won. He's nearly 100 more than Hector Bellerin. That is a joke. 45 crosses, 22% success rate, and his recoveries as well, 165 compared to Bellerin's 79, which goes to show just how much Hector Bellerin gets caught out of fucking position. It's a joke. You know? So again, very damning for Hector Bellerin. We're going to move on to the next 2, and then I'll get into some of your comments, guys. Granit Xhaka versus Calvin Phillips. Obviously, we know Granit Xhaka came up through the Basel youth ranks. He was eventually sold to Borussia Mönchengladbach for £7.65 million. And then Arsenal went and brought him for £35 million, rising up in add-ons to £40.5 million. And Calvin Phillips has come up through the Leeds youth ranks. And when I was looking at their estimated market value, Calvin Phillips is actually worth more than Granit Xhaka. Let that sink in, guys. And we paid £40 million for this guy. So their stats between the two. Xhaka's played 19 games, created 1 assist, 2 big chances. He's made 30 tackles, 53% tackle success rate, 15 interceptions, 83 duels won, 26 fouls made, which goes to show you again how many times he gets caught out. Calvin Phillips has played 1 game less than Granit Xhaka. He's made 2 assists. He's created 3 big chances. He's made 48 tackles with a 52% tackle success rate, 29 interceptions. He's won 108 duels and he's made 21 fouls, which goes to show again, Calvin Phillips has been better than Granit Xhaka this season. And we paid £40 million for this guy. £40 million. Let that sink in, Arsenal fans. Comment section. Let's have a look. Let's see what is going on in here. So we've got Joe in the chat. How are we doing, Joe? He says, smash that like button up, guys. Yes, make sure you do that. Don't forget to do that. We have MB as well, who says, Brandon, got some business to handle, bro. But I've left a like and we'll get involved as normal after everything has settled down. Stay safe, bro. All the best. Big up yourself, MB. I hope everything is all right, my friend. And yeah, if you don't find time to get involved, make sure you come and watch it on replay, mate. Big up yourself. Matthew in the building. How are we doing, Matthew? Who says, big up, Brandon. He also says, Pepe versus Alioski. I haven't got... are you talking about the first game? That'll be interesting to see. Because I should say it will be Pepe up against Alioski again on Sunday. Who will get the better of who? In the first game, it was obviously Alioski because he managed to wind Nicolas Pepe up and get him to headbutt him. I hope he don't do none of that stupidness again this weekend, for fuck's sake. Leo's in the chat. He says, hi, Brandon. Hope you are well. Can't see us doing well this weekend. I really can't. I'm Arteta out. An Everton fraud should have never had the chance to manage us. Big up yourself, Leo. Alexander is in the chat. He says, hello, Brandon. Hope you are doing well. I am, my friend. I hope you are well as well, mate. Do you think Arteta should rest players like Saka and ESR for the Benfica game? Leeds are going to tire out Arsenal because of their gameplay style. 100%, Alexander. I agree with you. Leeds' style of play, they move the ball very quickly. It makes teams tire out. We looked very tired in them against them in the first game that we played them, and I don't know. I'd certainly consider it, because if we're being real, we're not getting anywhere in the league this season. We'll be lucky to finish in the top 10. So maybe we do need to concentrate on the Europa League a little bit. But yeah, big up yourself, my friend. Matthew, do you do watch-alongs, mate? Yes, I do, and I will be doing a watch-along on Sunday for the Leeds games. Make sure you tune in for that. Wow, Leeds stats look amazing, other than the goals conceded. 100% for a team that's just come up from the Championship. Miles better than Arsenal. Mid-table statistics, and what angers me is half our fan base accept this. We could not. It has to change. Yeah, I agree with you, Leo. Big up yourself. Matthew again says Rafinha probably will smoke Arsenal's defence. 100%. Arsenal all over 54. Big up yourself. Big up Brandon. Loving the videos, bro. Keep on doing what you're doing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Big up yourself. Sahal is in the chat. He says, Brandon, how do Leeds have a better team than Arsenal? They have better statistics, my friend. It's not that they have a better team, because on paper, if you had to choose between a prime Nicolas Pepe or a prime, I don't know, I can't think who plays on there right now. Alioski, let's just say. You choose a prime Nicolas Pepe, We're just not getting the best out of our squad. This manager is not getting the best out of our squad. It's as simple as that. Leo says £40 million for Xhaka. Oh my God. This just makes me mad. 100%. Phillips is way better than Xhaka, says Joe. Big up yourself, Joe. 40 million for Xhaka is just plain robbery. 100%. We've got Hassan, who says, would you have taken Ziyech back when he was £25 million? I would have taken Ziyech all day long. All day long. I don't know why we didn't go in for him. I really don't. He's the type of player that we need. He can play on the wing. He can play in the number 10 role. He's a creative player. He scores goals. I don't get it. It makes no sense. I would have had Van der Beek as well. Luke Ayling, Phillips. My prediction for this game is 3-1 Leeds. You all right, Brandon? I replied on your tweet the other day. Oh, yeah. I did see, mate. I just didn't get around to replying to it, mate. I've been busy. I've been really busy, but I will have a look at that after the stream. What's your score prediction? I will get into that later on in the show, my friend. When did Pepe hit his prime? He hasn't. That's the thing. And Matthew says 4-3 to Leeds. So we're going to move on with the stats. Of course, we've done Bellerin versus Ayling, Xhaka versus Phillips. The next one I'm going to do is Lacazette versus Bamford. And again, you look at Lacazette. Oh no, that's Leno. What am I doing? Hang on a minute. Here we go. Lacazette versus Bamford. So, of course, Lacazette came up through the Lyon youth ranks, joined Arsenal for £47.7 million. And Patrick Bamford, mate, that guy has been to so many clubs, it is unreal. Of course, he was part of the Chelsea youth setup. He came up through the Chelsea youth ranks. He went on loan a hell of a lot. Middlesbrough, Norwich, Palace, Burnley, and then he eventually gets a full-term move to Middlesbrough for £6.2 million. And then Leeds snap him up for £7.1 million. Again, very damning stats for Arsenal, because our £15 million player, Alexander Lacazette, has played 20 games. He's scored 8 goals, 2 assists, 29 shots, 21 shots on target, 1 big chance created, 8 big chances missed, and 11 tackles made. Patrick Bamford has played 2 games more. He's scored 12 goals. He's created 5 assists. He's had 77 shots, 34 on target, 4 big chances created, 14 big chances missed, and 12 tackles. So once again, Patrick Bamford is doing better than Alexander Lacazette. Yeah? £50 million player versus a player who was signed for £7 million. It's mad. It shows how much of a bad season we've had. And Lacazette is our top goal scorer, so I had to compare him other than Aubameyang because Aubameyang's done nothing. Just goes to show. Goes to show that a style of play comes into it because we know that Leeds play attacking football. So, of course, Bamford's going to get more opportunities and he's probably going to score more goals. But it is pretty damning, you know, that is how it is. What can you do? You know, £50 million versus Patrick Bamford. Mad. And then the final one that I did, because I wanted to cover goalkeeping position, defence, midfield, and of course striker. So we've gone with Leno versus Meslier. Leno signed for Arsenal from Bayern Leverkusen for £22.5 million. And Meslier signed for Leeds from Lorient for £5.8 million. And again, as good as I feel like Leno has been this season, apart from that stupid sending off that he had against Wolves, it goes to show. 22 games played for Leno, 54 saves made, 8 clean sheets, 657 passes, 64 accurate long balls. Meslier has played 21 games, made 85 saves, kept 7 clean sheets, made 634 passes, and has 100 accurate long balls. So if we break this down a little bit, Meslier's had to make 31 more saves than Leno, yet he's only 1 clean sheet behind him. Our style of play is playing from out of the back. And it looks like Leeds play a similar sort of thing. But when I say that Leno's distribution is not good enough, there's your proof. A goalkeeper who was signed for £5 million, which is only £4 million more than Ronison, has more accurate long balls than Leno. And quite a lot more accurate long balls, which shows his distribution is miles better. So there we go. There's your stats, guys. Make of it what you will. Yeah. Pretty damning for Arsenal. We can't say any more than that. And we need to start turning up. But I look at this, right? Here on my notepad, I've got Arsenal's fixtures for the rest of this season. Now, of course, we've got Leeds on Sunday. Then we've got Benfica on Thursday in the Europa League. Then we've got Man City the following Sunday. And then we've got Benfica in the second leg on the following Thursday. Then we've got Leicester at home on the 28th of February. Burnley away on the 6th of March. Tottenham at home on the 13th of March. West Ham away on the 20th of March. Liverpool at home on the 3rd of April. Sheffield United away on the 10th of April. Fulham at home on the 17th of April. Everton at home on the 24th of April. Newcastle away on the 1st of May. West Brom at home on the 8th of May. Chelsea away on the 12th of May. Palace away on the 15th of May. And then on the final day of the season, we have got Brighton at home on the 23rd of May. Now, I looked through them fixtures and I worked out roughly how many points I think we can get from that. Realistically, right? Especially taking into consideration the way that we are playing at the moment. I think we'll get a draw on Sunday. I don't think we'll get anything at Man City. I don't think we'll get anything at Leicester. 3 points at Burnley. Nothing at Tottenham. A point against West Ham. Nothing at Liverpool. 3 points against Sheffield United and 3 points against Fulham. A point against Everton, who looked very good, by the way, especially in the game against Tottenham the other day. 3 points against Newcastle, 3 points against West Brom, nothing against Chelsea, 3 points against Palace, and 3 points against Brighton. Now, to me, that is very realistic. And if that happens, that means from now until the end of the season, we get 24 points, which means that we will finish on 55 points, which is 1 point less than last season. Yeah. And it will be our lowest points total since 1994. And if that happens, if people still tell me Arteta in, you've lost your minds. Seriously. He took us to 56 points last season. Since then, he has brought in Gabriel, Thomas Partey. Yeah? Cedric has started playing games. Pablo Mari has started playing games. We've got Odegaard as well. So that means he will have taken us backwards. And that is where our point comes from, as Arteta out us. You know? We're going nowhere fast. It's as simple as that. But anyway, like I say, that's Arsenal's fixtures until the end of the season. You know? Make of that what you will as well. You know? Leeds on Sunday. Now, I'm going to get into my starting 11. Of course, there was a bit of injury news as well. Kieran Tierney is still not fit. And Thomas Partey has had another injury setback, which is not good, because that also means that he may well miss the Benfica game. And we know what happens when we haven't got Thomas Partey in midfield. Granit Xhaka turns back into Granit Xhaka, you know? Starts playing shit. Whereas in recent weeks, I don't think he's done too bad when he's had Thomas Partey next to him. So, based on that, my 11, or predicted 11, would be this. Bernd Leno in goal. Yes, he has returned. He had a 1-game suspension for his sending off against Wolves. Now, I don't want to see this bloke clowning about anymore. It's as simple as that. You're playing football, my friend, not fucking volleyball. Yeah? If you want to go and play volleyball, fuck off and go to the Olympics with the German women's team. Simple as that. But in all fairness to him, up until then, he has been pretty decent for us this season. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section. Would Leno come straight back into the team? Or would you give Matt Ryan another run? Because I thought he had a pretty decent game against Aston Villa. Let me know in the comments. Right, Right back, it's obviously going to have to be the fashion model, who once again at the weekend was crap, getting absolutely bodied by Jack Grealish once again. And I just can't wait to see him get bodied again this weekend, because we all know it's coming. So yeah, we don't have anybody else, because of course Kieran Tierney is out injured. So it's going to have to be Hector Bellerin. Moving on to centre-back, Rob Holding. He's been poor in recent weeks. Needs to pick it back up again, because since he signed his new contract, I don't think he's been too bad. But against Aston Villa, he was doing the samba dance again. You know, not getting tight enough to his man again. Needs to fix up. Simple as. Next to him, I'm going with Gabriel. I didn't think he was too bad against Villa. He looked a little bit off the pace. But he is our best centre-back, and we need to start getting him back into full fitness and back into playing games again. Integrating back into the side properly. Pablo Mari is back from injury, so you could throw him in there. And David Luiz is back from suspension, but I don't want that clown anywhere near the first team. Simple as. Left back, it's going to have to be Cedric. Another guy who needs to fix up. You know, Santa Claus handing out gifts to Aston Villa last week. Getting absolutely bodied by Adama Traore the week before. Sort it out, or you can fuck off in the summer as well. I know it's not your position, but you play right back. That is your position. What's the difference between right and left back? Nothing, apart from you playing on the other side. Another player who was signed by Mikel Arteta. Just saying. Midfield. Now I'm going to switch it up a little bit, because we know Thomas Partey is out injured. So holding midfielder. And when I say holding midfielder, I don't want to see this guy trying to go forward, apart from with his passes. Yeah? I don't want to see him out of position. I want to see him screening that defence. Granit Xhaka. He must have a good game in this game if we have any chance of winning it. Because if he puts in a fucking 0 out of 10 like he does sometimes, or majority of the time, should I say, we will lose this game. It's as simple as that. No Thomas Partey next to him. So he needs to do the defensive work and screen the defence. Next to him, I'm going to go with Martin Odegaard. When he came on against Villa, I thought he was okay. You know, he didn't do too bad. And we loaned this guy from Real Madrid. He come with a big reputation, you know, considering he's a young man. He was compared to being the next big thing only a few years ago. He had a decent loan spell at Real Sociedad. We've only got him till May, so play him. Simple as. Put him next to Granit Xhaka, because he can play in the number 8 position, and let him do the work going forward. In the number 10 role, Emil Smith-Rowe, another guy who needs to fix up a little bit. He's been very good since he broke into the Arsenal side, but in recent weeks, he looks tired. Yeah. He's just had 7 days off. They've all had 7 days off, so there's no excuse. No excuse at all. Yeah, for tiredness. And if we can get him creating with Odegaard as well, we could score a fair few goals. But it all relies upon their shoulders. And I like the way that this guy picks up certain little pockets. He works hard for the cause as well. You know, you never see him standing around waiting for a ball. He works hard. And that's probably why he's been tired in recent weeks. But again, he needs to fix up. We need to start seeing the Smith Rowe that burst into the first team. I understand he's young and he's going to have a few games that are not his best because he is still learning. He's still getting used to it. But we need Smith Rowe to be on it against Leeds on Sunday. Left wing, Nicola Pepe. In recent weeks, I think he's been pretty darn good. Scored against Southampton. Should have scored against Manchester United. That was the only thing that was missing from his game. He wasn't too bad against Wolves either. Got the goal. Very good goal. And also, last week, I think he was probably one of our better players. Didn't do nothing, but he was probably one of our better players. And he needs to continue on showing this form. It's as simple as that. We paid £72 million for the guy. He must continue showing us why we paid him £72 million. And I expect a good performance from him. He needs to make up for what he did earlier on in the season against Leeds. And he needs to have a good game. It's as simple as that. On the right, of course, it has to be Bukayo Saka. Again, he's another guy who has done very well. But then he's sort of fallen off a little bit in the last couple of weeks. I don't think he was that great against Villa. Got absolutely marked out the game. Struggled to cope with Jack Grealish, And again, he's a young man. I expect this. I expect him to put in a few bad performances because he's still learning. But the problem is we're so heavily reliant on this guy. We need him to turn up. It's as simple as that. We need him to turn up. So Bukayo Saka on the right. And then, of course, up top is Alexander Lacazette. Again, he was anonymous against Aston Villa. Simple as. And the guy needs to fix up again. Because in recent weeks, up until the Aston Villa game, I thought he'd actually been pretty damn good. Holds the ball up well, brings other people into play well. But we need to get this guy scoring goals again. Aubameyang, I'd leave him on the bench. Yeah, because put it plain and simply, right? Yes, he's had other stuff going on in his life. And, his mum's been unwell. And, I appreciate all that. But he came on against Villa and did nothing. Absolutely nothing. If the guy don't score, he don't do nothing. Simple as. It's becoming a joke now. The guy signed a new contract and he's turned into fucking Willian. What is all this about? He was one of the best goal-scoring strikers in the league last season and the season before that. In fact, you'd actually go as far as saying he was one of the best goal-scoring strikers in world football. And now it looks like we've got Yaya Sanogo playing for us again. It's ridiculous. So that would be my team against Leeds. Like I said earlier, fight fire with fire. Play Odegaard and Smith Rowe. Let's see what they can do together. Let's see how they can link up play. Let's see if they can bring a couple of goals. Because one thing that I will say about Leeds is, like I said earlier, they attack well, but they tend to leave themselves exposed at the back. If we can exploit that, it could go one of two ways. Either Leeds will batter us like they did in that first game, and they should have really won the game, or we'll absolutely destroy them. There is no middle ground, really, because of the way that they play. Fight fire with fire. It's as simple as that. That's how you win this game, in my eyes. And my prediction, I'm going to go with... I look at these I look at the fixtures, right? And we haven't got an easy fixture on paper until the 6th of March. We're only in February. We need to win this game because I don't see us getting anything out of Man City or Leicester. Yeah, it's as simple as that. If we don't win this game, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. And people need to wake up and realise that. You know? We're sat 11th at the moment. But when everybody's played their games in hand, it could be 13th. And if we lose again on Sunday, it could be lower than that. You know? I feel like in the next 3 to 4 weeks, if things don't go correct, you'll start to see a lot more people come out and say, Arteta out. If things go well, then good, great. That's all I want. I want Arsenal to do well. But I don't feel that this manager is the man. Simple as. And that's how I feel about it. So yeah, there you go, guys. That is the preview. I'm going to get into a few of your comments and then I'm going to have to jump off because I have got some bits and bobs to do. Leo says, worst midfield in the Prem without Partey. Honestly, can't see us winning a game until he's back. I hope you're wrong, mate. I hope you're wrong. Hassan says, Kante had £30 million release clause, but no, not 40 for Xhaka. Kante won the EPL, the World Cup on his CV, made his career and money. I know. Decisions at Arsenal is ridiculous. Jack Harrison versus Pepe. Who's better? Do you know what? I don't know. I don't know who's been better this season, to be honest with you. Jack Harrison scored again the other night. Pepe's picked it up in recent games. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see on Sunday, I suppose. At the moment, Bamford over Lacazette. I know. Bamford over Lacazette. Who would have ever thought that would be in the same sentence? Seriously. It's mad. To be honest, Bamford, just a better version of Tammy Abraham. Yeah, I would agree with you. Lampard was in for Aubameyang before the season started. Should have cashed in on him. Do you know what, right? I said this on Lee Gunner's channel. And if you haven't checked out the little interview that I did with him, make sure you do. It was it was about a month ago now. But yeah, we was asked this question on Lee's channel. And I said, well, you had to give him a new contract because he just basically scored the goals to help us finish 8th. You know, without Aubameyang's goals, God knows where we would have finished, you know, and we're seeing it this season. But for 375 grand per week, that's a bit mad, you know, that's really mad. And now he's 31. Nobody's going to pay them sort of wages to him. We can't cash in on him now. And it's looking like we've made a big mistake. I'm going to be real. Matthew says, can't wait to play against Arsenal. I bet you can't, mate. I think City are on like a 15-game unbeaten run or something like that. It's mad. And you know what we're like, Santa Claus Arsenal. We just give you gifts anyway. Not that you need them. You know, Phil Foden is absolutely tearing it up at the moment. The whole team isn't good enough. So much dead wood. Still, what annoys me is everyone in January going, Arteta got rid of all the dead wood. Well, what is El Neni, Xhaka, Bellerin, Ceballos, and Nketiah? All trash. 100% Leo, I agree with you. Hassan says, bro, I feel bad for Arsenal fans like you who are legit, but the other type of fans wind me up. So I laugh at Arsenal and their fixtures in the worst of monster. Pray for Arsenal. Exactly. Pray for Arsenal. Big up yourself, Hassan, and big up Monster as well. those are tough fixtures. They certainly are, mate. You know, up until the end of the season, there's some tough fixtures there. You know, we've still got to play City, Leicester, Tottenham, Liverpool, Everton, Chelsea. Mad. Hope Burnley can do the double against Arsenal. It wouldn't surprise me if they did, mate. It really wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't say Brighton and Palace are 3-pointers. I would say drawing them. Well, I look at it this way: you expect us to get the 3 points against them. If we can't get the 3 points against them, and we do only get a draw against each of them, then you have to take away 4 points. So we only get 20 points from now until the end of the season. That means we only finish on 51 points. That's horrendous. You know? Hassan, which team do you support? Here we go. Chelsea, 15-16, got 55 points, I'm sure. So I don't think Arsenal fans can banter them no more. Exactly. And Chelsea finished 10th that season, I think. Was it 10th? I can't remember now. And yeah, they had a real bad start to the season. But of course, they changed their manager. And they got a bit of a manager bounce. We've not got anything from Arteta. Simple as that. In the words of DT, Arteta went from 5th to 8th and 8th to possibly 10th. Yeah. It's true. It is true. You know, we're going backwards. Arsenal are going backwards with Arteta. 100%. I agree with you, Alex. Leo says, I would go Ryan, take Leno off his high horse. I'm thinking he's undroppable rather than play 10 men when they play with Bellerin. Yeah, I don't know. I'm unsure. Do you put Leno in? Or do you put Ryan in? I mean, I suppose you could put Ryan in and save Leno for the Europa League. I don't know. Life of TikToks, my TikTok channel says Leeds. Uh-oh, we got a Leeds fan in the chat. Arteta is a good coach. It's the owner who is at fault. I don't think he is a good coach, though. I don't think he is. I think his man management skills are shocking. I don't think he's getting the best out of our players. I mean, could somebody name me one player that Mikel Arteta has got the best out of? Because I'm lost. You know? Kieran Tierney, we know he's got fucking quality. Bukayo Saka, again, we know he's got quality. He was producing that under Emery. Granit Xhaka only looks better because he's got Thomas Partey next to him. Hector Bellerin looks as worse as he's ever been. The only player that you could say that Mikel Arteta's probably got the best out of is Rob Holding. And even then, he's still not good enough, you know? We get so many injuries, players with fatigue. Could it be Arteta training regime? I don't know. It could be something to do with the medical staff. Who knows? Brandon, Arsenal are going to play against a system on Sunday. A conundrum if you want. Leeds. Yes. Leeds are a system team. And then, like I said, they don't change their way of playing for anybody. You know, so we know what to expect from them. We know they're going to attack us. But can we exploit the holes that they leave at the back? Because they do leave holes, you know? And that is the difference between whether we're going to win the game or not. If we decide to sit back and try and hit them on the counter, you got no hope. No hope. Maybe Willian will start this game. I fucking hope not. If I see that Wallad on the pitch, I ain't even going to watch it. Simple. The guy shouldn't even be here. £220,000 per week. And the guy's done nothing. He's crap. Tear his contract up. Lacazette is when you order Thierry Henry from Wish. Yeah. Oh, I don't even think he's on that level, to be honest with you. You know, £50 million we paid for him, and the guy's never scored 20 goals in a season for Arsenal. I disagree. Nothing is as worse as that clown Willian. Get him out of the club. 100%. Willian title, Chelsea best player last season. Oh, you're all trolling now. Willian got a 3-year contract with 200 grand per week. He is going nowhere. Yeah, that's true. He isn't going anywhere. But that's only because we offered him stupid amounts of money, and nobody's dumb enough to pay him that, apart from Arsenal. Arsenal supplying his restaurant, might visit it when lockdown over, just to thank Willian for Arsenal shithousery. Oh, mate. Hassan, you're trolling, mate. You're trolling. You have every right to as well. C. Gray, 2950 says it's the players. Elaborate a bit more. You know, you can't just say it's the players. Because what I get pissed off with is certain people that say, oh, we lost because it's the players. The players are not good enough. But then when we win, oh, Mikel Arteta, he's a god, isn't he? You know? You can't have it you can't have it both ways. You know? When we lose, yes, you got to criticise the players, 100%. They're the people on the pitch, you know, putting in the shit performances. But you've also got to criticise the coach as well, you know? I can pick out 4 or 5 games that we've lost this season that have purely been down to Mikel Arteta. Whether that be his starting 11, you know, odd starting 11s are just, you know, weird. His tactics, or just general shit decisions, you know, bringing on substitutions late, not bringing on the correct players. Like against Aston Villa, he chose to bring on Willian when he had Martinelli sat on the bench, you know. So, yeah, while I agree with you, the players aren't good enough and they haven't been good enough, the coach has to take some flack as well. It's as simple as that. I totally agree, Brandon. Arsenal should go for it. If you sit back, you'll lose. There you go. Arsenal only hope for Champions League football is Europa League. Yeah, and I don't even think we're winning that, mate. In fact, I'd go as far as saying, if we continue on playing the way we are, we won't even get past Benfica. He looks set to be going to the MLS according to reports. I hope he does. I hope he does. I will drive him. I will fly him out personally. You know, and if he don't want to go, I'll hold a gun to his head and make him go. It's crap. That's where we should have gone in the first place. But no. Retirement home Arsenal. Come in. Come on. Come on, Willian. Come and retire here at Arsenal. Arsenal like to buy Chelsea's old players. Yes, we do. You know, it wouldn't surprise me in the summer if we go and do the same again. I don't know if you've got any old players, you know. I know Petr Cech's registered for you. You know, we've already had him once. Maybe we'll buy him back again. Are you doing a watch along for this game? Yes, I am, my friend. I will be doing a watch along on Sunday. Bielsa inspires the players. Bielsa's a great coach. Bielsa's a great coach. There's as simple as that. With the players that he's got, he should be nowhere near the top 10 in the Premier League. That's just as simple as that. You know? Nowhere near. He should be down there fighting relegation. It's as simple as that. Yes, he's brought 1 or 2 very good players. And he has 1 or 2 very good players in the team. But on paper... But again, it shows when you've got a manager who knows what he's doing, who makes the right decisions, yeah? Who has a good philosophy and way of playing. And everybody is behind him. That's what you get. If Bielsa was at Arsenal, if if Bielsa was the manager of Arsenal, guarantee you right now, we would finish top 6 minimum. Ozil will play Champions League next season. Arsenal not even in top 6. They're all trolling me. You're all trolling me. If you lose to Sheffield, would that be the nail in the coffin for Arteta? The nail was already in the coffin, in my eyes. But who knows? You know, some of the fan base will continue to back him no matter what. Even when we was on that real poor run of form, people were like, no, Arteta in. And I was thinking, right, okay, how many more games is he going to lose before you turn around and say, nah, this ain't good enough. This has to stop. You know? Absolutely shocked when Arsenal sold Martinez, the better goalkeeper. Yeah, I agree with you. He is the better goalkeeper. And if you go back to my, excuse me, if you go back to my Aston Villa Arsenal preview, I did stats on Leno and Martinez. And there's stats there to prove Martinez is better than Leno. Simple as. One last thing I'm going to say, should have got Thomas Tuchel when you had the chance. Guys literally plays similar to Klopp football and is far more versatile. I don't know. Maybe I would have took Tuchel. I don't know. I wanted Allegri. You know, I wanted Allegri. You know, I think of it like this, right? Before Unai Emery got the job, I looked at the shortlist or the supposed shortlist of Arsenal, and I would have took any one of them managers, any one of them. You know, Luis Enrique, Allegri, fucking Nuno Espirito Santo. I'd even go as far as saying I'd take Ralph Hasenhüttl. You know, I'd take anybody at the moment. Now it's the same situation like Martinez and Leno. Now is Matt Ryan versus Leno. Arsenal could probably sell Leno. Who knows? Thanks for the mention, Brandon. No problem. Alexander says, great stream, Brandon. Big up yourself, Alexander. Big up to you, Brandon. I got to go now. It's 4 a.m. Big up yourself, Joe. Thank you for tuning in. What do you predict for this game, mate? I think it is going to be a draw. I really do. I'm going to say it'll be a high-scoring game. There's no question about that. I think it's going to be 2-2. I really do. I hope not, because we need a win. But I genuinely do think it's going to be 2-2. Alexander says, I think it'll be 2-1 Arsenal. And Hassan says, could you imagine Bielsa with prime Barcelona with his football? My God, I would pay good money just to watch that. 100%, my friend, 100%. Right, guys, I'm going to have to wrap it up there, but big up to everybody who's tuned in today. I appreciate you all coming and tuning in. And, of course, getting involved in the comment section as well. As I said, I will be doing a watch-along on Sunday, and hopefully Arsenal can get the W. Yeah, who knows? And then, of course, straight after the game, about an hour after the game, I'll be doing a match reaction as well. So that could be pretty interesting depending on what happens. And on Monday, I will be back on Sarcasm City TV. So make sure you go check that out if you haven't already for the Gunners Talk. And also on Tuesday, I'll be doing the Premier League match weekend review on here, which is a new show that I started. The first episode came out on Tuesday this week. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go and check that out. And yeah, that's about it, really. Oh, and Sunday, Baby Daddies, Cam ODS. Make sure you go and check out Cam's channel. Baby Daddies is a podcast that he does, and I'll be on there, and we will be talking about, obviously, our children. And it's a good laugh. It's great to talk about. It's great to be able to give other people advice as well who want the advice, who are going to be new parents and stuff like that. I'm going to be a parent again in April for the second time, so that'll be interesting. And yeah, if you haven't already, guys, make sure you slap a like on the vid and make sure you subscribe as well. I'm out of here. Peace.